Hello and welcome to the Spanish Grand Prix Race 5 of the World Championship that we lead in our 2020 Nico Hülkenberg season. We locked our asses into a win at Zandvoort, where we've, pretty much got gifted the win in the rain. I don't think I would have caught Sebastian Vettel and Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc had they not pitted 3 times. I think in the case of Leclerc it was actually 4 times, which was absolutely stupid. But anyway, we lead the World Championship. The result in China, which was 2 races ago, the 6th place, that is where I expect to land in Spain. That is where I expect to land in Monaco the next time out. So don't expect the domination to continue, but expect us to be, within striking distance should any one of the 2 Mercedes have a little issue. Also, one thing we need to keep an eye out for is the engine and the wear that it has. I fitted some new components for the second turbocharger. We had a new combustion engine and a new MGU-H fitted last time out. I'm thinking about getting ourselves a second MGU-K for this week. There's a long straightaway in Barcelona, and I'm not too good around Barcelona, so I need all the power I can. So we're just going to fit the second MGU-K and then go into qualifying, which is only 1 shot now. I've ditched 3 sessions because it's just busy work. So 1 lap and then it's on to the race. Let's go. And through the final sector and across the line, it's going to be 5th position for Racing Point. Lewis Hamilton has the pole position. Could have been better, could have been worse. It's about where I think we should be.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Verstappen, Leclerc, a Racing Point, and Vettel, Ricciardo, Norris, Sainz, and Alexander Albon, Ocon, Perez, Daniel Kvyat, and Gasly, Grosjean, Magnussen, George Russell, and Antonio Giovinazzi, Raikkonen, and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
Well, it's going to be a soft medium, so definitely 2-stopper strategy for this Spanish Grand Prix, starting in all German row 3 with Sebastian Vettel in 6th place. Sergio Perez, my teammate, not having the best of qualifying efforts. It's been really hit or miss with him this season. He's been really good at Zandvoort last week out. Good in China, Australia, and Bahrain. That was and today is again a bit of an weekend. So we'll see. See what this race brings. Let's go. And we're underway. Lights are out. Okay start. Can we get around the outside of Max Verstappen? Nope. Stay back. Try not to lose the place. Then Ricciardo forces the nose of his Renault in there and forces us a bit wide. But we keep 5th position. Charles Leclerc now attacking Max Verstappen, trying to get his first podium of the season. His teammate Sebastian Vettel got one at the Dutch Grand Prix the last time out. These 2 little battling there. Both Mercedes ahead in the lead, battling as well. Lewis Hamilton versus Valtteri Bottas. The world champion versus his adversary. And also his wingman for the past 4 years. Settle into 5th position here. DRS now available. As we cross the line the next time by. Trying to stay in the DRS window, so within 1 second of Charles Leclerc's Ferrari, and trying to get out of Daniel Ricciardo's DRS window, so that the Aussie, the Honey Badger behind, can't open his rear wing, attack us. And DRS wide open. Keeping up, or trying to keep up with Charles Leclerc. Monegasque driver. Hunting down Max Verstappen, who's not had the best of home races last time out. Oh, that's what I like to hear. Charles Leclerc apparently being slow on track. Having some sort of issue. So we can work with that and try to get past him swiftly. And he's losing a lot of ground to Verstappen. So probably something power related, I'm guessing. It's got something to do with the electronics. The way he's losing power. We're just on the back bumper, not on the back bumper, on the gearbox. This isn't NASCAR. Trying the long way around. The Monegasque who closes the door, slight contact. To the inside. Let's make that racing point wide. And wide we made it into 4th position.
Nice move.
A little bit of elbows out, but largely clean. We'd like to see. Wee. Little sideways there. Well, kind of feel the soft tires going away now, but we'll be on pit lane in about a lap. Well, we'll come in this lap. It's about, well, half the lap or so remaining. First set of mediums will be on our racing point, RP20. Now 2.7 pit stop. Alright. The good thing about having 2 Williams now behind me and Daniel Ricciardo, who is for position, is that they're gonna be slow as fuck. So I can do a little bit of fuel saving, run on lean mix, do a bit of tire saving, not having to push as hard. It's nice to have slow guys between you and the cars you're battling with. But that's no issue for the Mercedes power as Antonio shits himself, locks his tires. He sees the World Championship leader breeze past. I mean, the Alpha is the 8th quickest car. We got the second, or almost the 2nd quickest. We're closing up to Red Bull. And speaking of Red Bull, Max Verstappen being held up by Kimi Räikkönen and some slow cars enables us to drive right up to the butt of the Dutchman, which would give us a podium position, which I would obviously love to have in this Spanish Grand Prix. But catching him is one thing. Don't touch that curb again. Passing him is another. He tries to get around the wise old head of Kimi Räikkönen. Verstappen goes around Räikkönen. Let's try to stick our nose in there, but no, it's not gonna work. Too tight. Yeah. This part of the racetrack. Let's keep the power down, get the DRS of Räikkönen and try to get past him that way. Verstappen already building up a second of a gap to us again. Also keeping the distance to Daniel Ricciardo behind, who's the next guy for net race position. Once the medium runners who started on the mediums, which the Alfa Romeos are a part of, have come down to pit lane. I think they'll go for a medium hard strategy. I'll race my strategy backwards. Medium, medium, and then soft stint to go to the end. We'll see. But I think, I suppose you could try as medium hard if you start on the medium tires. I think if you get good tire wear, I think you could do that, but don't know about the Alphas if they have the best tire wear. Come on, trying to get past Räikkönen this time. Man, this Alpha is a rocket ship down the straights. We are the last on the brakes round the outside of the world champion from 13 years ago. Nice move. Bit overdue. But in a hunt for the podium, it's what we needed to do. Up later with the DRS, let's try something. We're currently in a train led by the Alpha Tauris of Daniel Kvyat and Pierre Gasly, but we're not gonna get there here. Once again, touching the curb, making the car all loosey-goosey, to quote Sebastian Vettel. Oh yeah, well, Barcelona, definitely a track notorious for being hard to pass around. We see that here. We're in a train of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars. 7 if you count Kimi Raikkonen just behind. And no one can get past one another with the DRS even. Lewis Hamilton just put up the fastest lap with a 1:18. We are 3 seconds slower. Even in the DRS train. We just don't have the pace. Little off-track excursion. Once again touching the curb, but don't want to run into Verstappen. A little wide here. Man, this is... it's frustrating. It's really like NASCAR Next Gen Racing nowadays. I'm recording this the day after the Iowa Cup race, which was not as bad as Bristol, but you know how the Next Gen car is nowadays. Just choo-choo freight train racing for 3 hours. It's really the same in Formula 1. As Verstappen tries it round Kevin Magnussen, who locks up. And he's getting aggressive, and he has to. He's got me directly behind. As Sergio's finally on pit lane. As we scuffle about, I think these medium runners are going to come down as well. This lap or the next. Yep, Magnussen's teammates in, Roman Grosjean. Magnussen still stays out. We lose a little bit of time, but we finally break up this train of cars. And they are indeed switching to the hard compound tires, so they're going to the end, one stopper. I think that will work for some guys, because everyone who's still out here that hasn't started in the mediums, which is at least 10 cars, have to come in once again. Max Verstappen has come in at the end of last lap. We will come in at the end of the next lap that we're going to start now. I'm kind of pushing, yes, because I would like to come out ahead of Verstappen. Because my worry is that we'll be stuck in a DRS train again, and that is until the end of the race. And there's some fast cars like Sergio Perez, like Esteban Ocon, that don't need to come in again. So we will definitely lose some positions. So I would like to kind of give myself the security of not having to worry too much about slow cars being in my way. And if they are, I would like to have some behind me to keep Verstappen behind me. That makes sense. Right, coming in. Let's hope for fast stop. Ocon and Perez go past. 2.9 second stop. Worse than the last one. And Verstappen's gone past. Alright, but he's on the hard tires, and we should come out again ahead of the cars that we were stuck behind in the last stint, in the early parts of it. Yes, indeed, we are. So we really just have to worry about Sebastian Vettel. That is 6th position, and if we don't get on with things, that is where we will finish this race. So try and push and catch up to Verstappen and see if he's going to get past Ocon and Perez. We're now in the DRS window of Max Verstappen, who has caught up with the 3rd and 4th placed cars of Esteban Ocon and Sergio Perez. So now this is the battle as we come to 5 laps to go for who will be on the podium, as the 2 Mercedes cars of Valtteri Bottas and Lewis Hamilton have left. As you can see in the minimap, the 2 teal dots. So we're just rounding the final corner. They are already past the long start-finish straightaway, so yeah, nobody's catching those 2 boys, which I've said before in the past 4 videos. They are rocket ships, and they will be hard to beat. But now let's try to stay with these 3 boys and, you know, find a way around them. I have the fastest tires, but Barcelona, as I said before. Hard, really hard to pass around, and Sebastian Vettel is also not far behind. Us being slow here will gain him some time and help him catch up with us. So there might be another player, a fifth player for the podium, joining the game soon. I'll launch an attack on Max this time. We got a really good exit. Rich mix. Let's get the ERS battery drained, and we're still just on the gearbox of the Honda powered Red Bull, but we send it around the outside where we've passed a couple of cars this race already. A little squishy there, almost make contact with him, but we move our way past the Red Bull driver into fifth position. Fourth is my teammate Sergio Perez behind. We got 4 laps, 3.5 laps really, to go. Trying to get past these two who have played. I will say this, fair play. I've criticized Sergio for being so slow this season. They've played their starting positions absolutely perfectly. Coming to 2 to go. Let's try and attack. Come on. Come on. Come on. Nope. Nope. Sergio, though, attacking Esteban Ocon. The Renault, let's try. Can we go through? Follow my teammate through on the Renault. Yes, we can. Really nice job. Racing point, 3rd and 4th, with one hell of a beautiful move.
Okay, good work. Great pass.
That was absolutely amazing. Really well done, Sergio. Into the podium position. Try to score his first podium since 2018. Really nicely done. And Ocon now holding up Verstappen, which is also helping us a ton. And we're not going to get there. I'm not trying to attack Sergio too much. I think I'll just drive it on home like this. 3rd and 4th. That's good for... That's really nice points. A lot of points for the team. If I have the opportunity, I will get past Sergio, but I'm not going to force my way around him. He's played this race, his 12th starting position, absolutely brilliantly. Really nice job. I think this race couldn't have gone any better for us as a team. Firmly establishing our place as 2nd in the Constructors' Championship. Valtteri Bottas, 2nd win. Oh, has he won? Oh, hey, he has won Australia. Valtteri Bottas, 2nd win of the season for him. We'll just drive it on home like this. George Russell, a lap car just in the distance. We can see him, but he won't be in our way. Hamilton, 2nd. And Sergio Perez for Racing Point gets his first podium since 2018. We're going to come home in 4th position. Great race for the team. Absolutely top job. Really happy with that. Really, really happy with that. And Sergio gets the driver of the day. Deserved. Really, really deserved. There he is, the flying Finn. Some would call him. Valtteri Bottas. Driver 77. Mercedes really happy with that. Also great to see Sergio up there. Really, really, really nicely done. Yeah, it was a fun race. I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. I think we've maximized what we could do as a team. That's the most important stuff. Well, it was definitely a dominant performance by the 2 Mercedes cars, having their fastest laps firmly within the 117 range. Racing Point 3-4, then it's Max Verstappen, Sebastian Vettel, the 2 Renaults of Ocon and Ricciardo, and the 2 AlphaTauris of Gasly and Kvyat scoring some points. Romain Grosjean 11th, Charles Leclerc no points scored for Ferrari. Where the fuck is Alex Albon in the Red Bull? 16th. Lando Norris 15th, his teammate Carlos Sainz obviously out of the race. So, Max Verstappen in the other Red Bull, only 5th. So the disappointing seasons for Red Bull definitely continue. Ferrari, you know, and McLaren not good. We lead the World Championship points by 8 over Hamilton, 19 over Bottas. That gap, as I said before, will come down within the next couple of weeks. And we will be overhauled, I think, by Hamilton and Bottas. But we're doing the right things to finish second or third in the World Championship. Especially with Max Verstappen really struggling. In the Constructors' Championship, we are clear by a lot over third place. Bit of a battle for third with Ferrari and Red Bull. It's going to heat up, I think, over the next couple of weeks. Yeah. With that being said, Haas, Williams, and Alfa Romeo haven't scored diddly this season. 13 different point scorers. Daniel could be at the final one with 2 to his name. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Leave a like, subscribe, see you out next time for the Monaco Grand Prix, which is going to be more of what you've seen today with less passing. But it's Monaco, it's got prestige. Have a good one. Goodbye. I'm not looking forward to this race.